What's good, everybody? It's John coming back at you with another video. So this video is for the people out there who are actively grinding and pursuing a dream. If you're trying to make something happen, if you want to go all in, right? This video will serve as a reminder that if something is worth doing, right? If something is actually worth pursuing, right, for you to go all in, that there's probably going to be a dip along the way. Now, what I mean by dip, so just think of an imaginary trajectory, right? Of you beginning whatever it is that you're pursuing to your dream goal, your dream destination, right? Usually when you start off, you might experience something known as beginner's luck, where it can appear as though you learn really fast or that you put minimal effort into something and you started seeing some results. And as you continue putting forth effort into it, you might experience something known as the dip, which in other words, it can be seen as adversity or the wall or, obstacles, whatever it is. This dip is generally where most people quit, because they may start off and experience beginner's luck and say, oh, well, this is easy, everything's going well for me. And they expect it to be a straight line trajectory, not understanding that most times it might be a curve where it begins to go up and then it makes a huge dip down and then it shoots up exponentially. That dip right there is where most people quit, because they'll see their growth from beginner's luck, right, starting off, and they're expecting the growth to be straight line growth all the way to their dream, to the destination. And when they experience the first bump along the road, the dip, the adversity, the turbulence, if you will, that's when they decide to leave it, because they believe that that's the end of that and that is no longer possible, that it requires too much work, right? They were expecting that the same amount of work they put in to get their beginner's luck, if they continue putting in that same amount of work, that they should be able to smooth sail, no problem. But sometimes a dip, you can still be putting in more and more effort and you will still experience a dip. You may still experience a point of stagnation where things just aren't moving. And for most people, that is where they quit, because most people aren't truly committed. Most people will say they want something, but then the first instance of when things may get challenging or when things may not go in the manner or at the speed that they want, that's when they'll believe that it's not meant for them. Not realizing or understanding that if they just continue heading in that direction, that at some point it's inevitable for them to get there, right? Getting past a dip simply is the ability to push through moments where it's easier to quit. At any moment, you can just say, oh, well, screw this doesn't work, and then just leave. But if you leave, then all you're guaranteeing is that you'll never get to the destination, that you'll never make it to the end, right? And we can use a simple example. Say we're trying to drive cross country, right? Say you're beginning in New York, here in New York, and you want to get to Florida. You can fly down to Florida, right? You can probably take a boat down to Florida. You can drive down to Florida. You can take a bike down to Florida. You can even walk down to Florida. Regardless of your speed or your method of transportation, if you were to continue heading south from New York to Florida, then at some point, regardless of your speed, right, at some point it's inevitable for you to arrive at Florida, right, in Florida. If this were a drive, right, and you were driving from New York down to Florida, if you were to get into the car and, have your GPS directions on, and it will say, say it's a 20-hour drive. Once you begin that drive down to Florida, there is a very, very high probability, probably 99% probability, that you've accepted the drive down, that you've accepted the time, the duration, the length that it will take to get there. And you decided to still take on that journey. If we use a different example, a shorter trip, right? Say, for example, you're in New York and you want to get to Pennsylvania, right? Say it's a 2-hour drive from New York to Pennsylvania. You get in the car, you accept that it's a 2 hour drive, and you begin driving over to Pennsylvania. Halfway through your trip, when you're 1 hour into the trip, right, halfway through, say you had to cross through New Jersey to get into Pennsylvania. When you arrive in New Jersey, you don't get frustrated to the point where you realize you're in New Jersey, but you're frustrated that it's not Pennsylvania yet. And so you decide to turn back and go to New York because you were mad that you weren't in Pennsylvania yet. That doesn't happen when it comes to drives, right? You accept that the journey is to Pennsylvania and you're going to follow that GPS and instructions until you arrive at Pennsylvania. That rarely ever happens where someone is halfway to the destination and gets frustrated that they didn't get there in that 1 hour and decide to turn back. Or you never see someone who an hour into the drive right there at the halfway mark, they get frustrated, they turn back around, drive back 30 minutes towards New York, and then change their mind again that they actually do want to go to Pennsylvania. So then they turn right back around, right? Like that doesn't happen. And you need to understand that with your journey as well, from where you're at, from point A to your destination point B, where it is that you want to be. You have to understand that if it's something that's worthwhile, chances are there's probably going to be a dip. Because if it's something that's important, if it's something that's worthwhile, then chances are there are other people who might feel that way too, that might want to pursue that. And if there's other people that want to pursue it, there's a reason why not everybody wins, right? That is usually only a handful of people who are at the top, only a handful of people who succeed. And it's usually those people that get past the dip. I've probably experienced a dip on this channel too, because I started off posting some videos, right? It didn't really get as much traction. Then as I continued going for a couple months, I got to 20, 30 subscribers. And then I felt that I hit the dip at 30 subscribers, even though I'm still a small channel and I'm sure I'll still, experience bumps on the road. It felt as though I hit the dip at 30 subscribers because it felt as though I couldn't move from 30 subscribers. It felt as though I went 3 weeks straight of posting videos each and every day, providing so much value in those videos. And it felt for 3 weeks straight, the number remained at 30, that I was hard stuck at 30. That's what it felt like. It felt like I experienced a dip at 30. And now I'm at the point now where I already hit 40 and we're well on our journey to 50 subscribers, right? And this could very well still be the dip that I'm experiencing. But the reason why I don't care is because I know I'm in this for the long haul. I decided to pursue this because I want this to be part of my life. Do I want to, eventually go viral and grow my channel fast and all these things? Like, yes, of course, 1000%. But I understand that if something's worthwhile, right, there's going to be a dip. There's going to be that wall that's going to prevent everyone from getting over the hump. And those people who continue pursuing in the face of adversity, those are the people who break through the dip and then begin seeing exponential growth, right? Because those are the select few that are all in, the people who are actually serious and committed. And I'm one of those individuals. This just happens to be the early stages of this commitment. But pursuing this is something that I aspire for it to be part of my life. Like, this is going to be a lifestyle for me. Part of my life, like what it is that I do, me sharing my experiences, me sharing my growth, and sharing value and information with you guys to help bring out the best version of you. That's why I do these videos. So I likely experienced a dip. I'm probably still in the dip. I don't care. That's the difference. I don't care, because I understand if I'm in New York and the goal is to go to Florida, right, and Florida straight shot south, heading south, then it doesn't matter if I'm traveling on plane or it doesn't matter if I'm crawling. If I continue heading south, then it's inevitable at some point for me to get there. So this is why I'm still going to pursue it, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the adversity that I face, because I understand that it's temporary. It's not going to last forever. And I'm here to win. It's just that simple. I'm here to get mine. I'm here to get what I deserve. and that's to win and to help other people, as many people as I can along the way, because I want you to win as well. So this is why when it's something that's worthwhile, something that is a dream of yours, a major goal of yours, right? A milestone that you want to hit, there's probably going to be that point, that wall, that adversity that most people quit. But those who push past it are the winners. Those are the ones who end up reaping the benefits and all the rewards. And you're going to be one of those people too. Right? You most likely will experience it. I'm telling you this just so you can prepare, right? So you can brace yourself, so you can buckle your seatbelt during the turbulence, right? But you might have to go through it so that you can reach your destination. And we're gonna keep going forward until we get there. There's no other option but to get there and to win. Because if something is worthwhile, something is worth doing, then we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. That wraps up the video. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 50 subscribers. So all your support up until this point, if you watch this far, all your support is greatly appreciated. So I want to say thank you. Once again, guys, this is Joel, and I'm out. See you guys for the next video.